I turned it over there. I mean, the crowd was into it. It's kind of. I mean, you know, if you like a good funeral vibe during a basketball game, then this is the league for you, brah. Enjoy. It was thick with I mean, it was sort of dead in there. That's all I'm saying. It wasn't exactly firing me up. So we know Collier, of course, is the VP of the WNBA Players Union. She's one of the VPs along with Breanna Stewart.
From inside the core of the WNBA Players Union, Napheesa Collier dropped a statement that tore through the league and promised turmoil. While acting as VP, she openly labeled the WNBA financial structure as unsustainable, directly calling its future into question and igniting backlash across the sports world. This was not a simple bargaining move. It came off as an outright declaration of war, shocking everyone, including the league's new centerpiece Caitlin Clark, with the boldness of her demands and the impossible situation she created, pushing the WNBA toward the edge of collapse and forcing a choice few could even imagine.
League, make any of this make sense? I swear to God, please. I don't get it. I did a video the other day. Yahoo Sports actually decided to call him out. So she made comments because, of course, she used her league to talk about negotiations involving the competitors' league. I did a video yesterday where you got the team president talking about, hey, WNBA.
The situation escalated when Kier, a co-founder of the rival Unrivaled League, used her platform to openly criticize the WNBA's economic foundation. She implied that if the WNBA could not create a model that works, they needed people in place to plan for it. Issuing such a challenge while also negotiating on behalf of WNBA players created a never-before-seen conflict of interest, effectively bargaining against the same league she claimed to represent. Her overlapping roles became an obvious red flag, demanding immediate attention from all corners of the basketball world.
I mean, you know, I can't confirm or deny. We may need you to save our asses. Please. My God. So, we're going to listen to these comments, and then, my goodness, fans did not miss. They did not miss.
Here with us at this time. Yeah, well, our deadline is coming up right now in a couple of days. And I think you've just heard a lot of chatter about, you know, what we're asking for is not sustainable for the business. And being on this side with Unrivaled, I know what it takes.
Collier confidently argued that Unrivaled had already shown a sustainable business was possible, and that they were thriving within it. She then promised to hold her ground during CBA talks, stating, "We're not going to back down and we can't take less." This rigid position, built on the perceived success of her competing startup league, set the stage for a major confrontation, making compromise with the WNBA seem impossible and casting a dark cloud over the future of player relations.
Player salaries are fully dependent on private investors, not profit. Can she be any more unserious? That's the thing. They think that getting investors is making money. No. That's to prop you up so you can start making money and have the infrastructure and the facilities. That's not actual spendable. I mean, what are you doing? Ha ha ha, Unrivaled is a flop. If so, why did she have surgery during Unrivaled's time instead of the WNBA's time? She doesn't care about her failing business.
Fan reactions erupted instantly. One commenter famously labeled the union's stance as ill-conceived while another called it outright foolish. These reactions reflected widespread disbelief, with many questioning the logic behind such a contradictory approach. The online community showed no restraint. Their unified outrage became a loud wave of criticism aimed squarely at union leadership, and what many saw as a self-destructive strategy, demanding explanations that no one seemed ready to provide.
Time instead of the WNBA's time. She doesn't care about her failing business. That is a great question. That's a great question. Why in the world would you have waited this long to have had your surgery, missed the season of your very own league? What does that say about the importance of the overall importance of the league? TNT is taking massive losses, ruh-roh, for this thing to pretend like they're a successful league. As soon as TNT has started...
Critics quickly exposed the core weakness in Collier's argument. Unrivaled's financial structure depends heavily on private investors rather than actual profit. Many pointed out that securing investors is not the same as making money. One observer explained, "No, it's to prop you up so you can start making money." This key difference revealed the flaw in using Unrivaled as proof of sustainability, showing a model far from the independence the WNBA seeks, and dismantling the foundation of her negotiating position.
TNT is taking massive losses, ruh-roh, for this thing to pretend like they're a successful league. As soon as TNT has started crediting back advertisers that hand out money goes away, this thing collapses. Let's be for real here. That is 100% right. Bravo. How about this? Big old like right there. Seriously, this is the first week of the second season. How do you know how sustainable the business is? I mean, they want the WNBA to follow the league.
More doubts surfaced regarding Collier's dedication to her own league Unrivaled after she chose to have surgery during its season, missing games for what she claimed was a thriving operation. "Why would you wait this long to have surgery and miss the season of your own league?" a fan asked. This decision suggested priorities that clashed with her public praise of Unrivaled, deepening skepticism about her true commitment and raising concerns throughout the industry.
Of a newly birthed... I mean, this league just rolled out of a JJ and is brand new. You want the WNBA to use it as an example? You got to be smoking all the rocks. I mean, honestly, pop rocks, crack rocks, all the rocks. Geology rock, you name it. If it's a rock, you're trying to light that boy on fire. A 2-year 3x3 pop-up league. Please come back when Unrivaled lasts 3 decades. You can't...
Unrivaled's financial health came under further examination when one analyst suggested that TNT, a major partner, was absorbing significant losses. They warned that once TNT begins refunding advertisers, that support money disappears and the league collapses. These blunt warnings portrayed a league standing on unstable ground, fully dependent on outside funding and sponsorships rather than a strong self-sustaining business, further damaging Collier's credibility in the CBA negotiations.
3x3, small rosters, one location, one gym, one small arena. She is clueless at how to run shit. Right, and you got the WNBA going into these massive, well, when Caitlin Clark plays, going into these massive NBA arenas. Except you got her running this Barnum Bailey looking ass basketball league out there that I continue to say it can't do shit until you go 5x5. I mean, because Project B about to Thanos snap this son bitch right out of existence.
Unrivaled's youth became another major point of debate. This is only the first week of the second season. How can anyone claim to know how sustainable the business really is? A commentator asked in disbelief. The idea of a long-established league like the WNBA taking financial lessons from a newly formed experimental 3-on-3 pop-up league struck many as absurd, leading some to mock Collier for making unrealistic comparisons and demands. The contrast between Unrivaled's limited operations and the WNBA's expanding presence, especially after the arrival of Caitlin Clark, was impossible to ignore. While Clark was filling massive NBA arenas, Unrivaled played in studio-style venues often described as a gloomy party camp with barely 1,000 fans. This gap in scale and financial upside made Collier's comparison seem completely disconnected from reality. Attendance concerns also emerged, with many wondering how many tickets were simply being handed out. The suggestion that real fan demand was lacking weakened the narrative of success, and implied the league's image was artificially boosted. This raised serious doubts about real revenue and profitability, making it a poor reference point for WNBA negotiations. Structural differences only fueled the criticism further. Unrivaled as a 3-on-3 league with small rosters, one location, one gym, and one small arena was seen as incapable of matching the WNBA's traditional 5-on-5 format. Critics argued Collier showed a lack of understanding of large-scale sports operations if she believed such a small experiment could dictate terms to a major professional league. The WNBA's upward momentum powered by the Caitlin Clark effect directly contradicted Collier's claim that the league was unsustainable. While Unrivaled struggled in small venues, Clark was drawing record crowds to NBA arenas, proving the WNBA's massive growth potential. This reality made Collier's arguments impossible to defend. One commentator even used a dramatic Thanos comparison, saying the WNBA could snap Unrivaled out of existence. The image highlighted the power imbalance, portraying Unrivaled as a minor operation easily overshadowed by the WNBA's dominance. It also served as a warning that Collier's divided loyalty and aggressive posture could destroy her own venture. Instead of pressuring the WNBA, her refusal to back down or accept less in CBA talks while promoting a rival league created a situation with no resolution. Her split allegiance made it impossible to truly represent WNBA players while actively weakening the league's financial footing. Negotiations appeared doomed as her demands were viewed not as bargaining, but as an attempted takeover. The collapse of these high-stakes CBA talks seemed inevitable due to her rigid stance and clear conflict. Public criticism built on a fragile business comparison led to deadlock. The WNBA could not agree to terms pushed by someone supporting a competitor, deepening the divide and making resolution feel unreachable. The fallout left top WNBA stars including Caitlin Clark shocked and uncertain. Clark, the catalyst behind the league's recent surge, suddenly saw her future tangled in internal conflict driven by a union leader seemingly intent on tearing down the structure she helped elevate. The consequences for salary stability and growth were serious, creating widespread concern. Under Collier's leadership, the players' union faced a severe credibility crisis. How could players trust fair negotiations when their VP had direct interests in a rival league? This turmoil threatened unity as confidence in leadership eroded and motivations were questioned. The episode set a dangerous example in professional sports. A union leader working against a league's financial health while building a competitor. It demanded urgent resolution as it poisoned negotiations and damaged the integrity of player representation across sports. The backlash was not only about money, it centered on loyalty and ethical leadership. Many viewed Collier's actions as a betrayal of both the WNBA and the players she represented. Fans and observers made it clear that union leaders are expected to protect and grow the league they serve, not compete with it. In the end, Napheesa Collier's bold gamble and incompatible roles created an unsolvable crisis. The failed CBA talks driven by her unyielding and widely criticized demands made her role as VP untenable. By directly challenging the WNBA's sustainability while promoting a rival league, she triggered an unavoidable reckoning, shaking women's basketball and leaving everyone, especially rising stars like Caitlin Clark, dealing with the fallout of leadership that lost its way.